on the Caribbean Sound. Sponsored by the Bank of St. Lucia. All the bank you need. And Courts, bringing value home.
All right, well, good morning. We're running a little 5 minutes late. I've taken back my 5 minutes because my guest is awesome this morning, and we're not compromising any bit of time because half an hour, we got to get the full one. Well, good morning, and we are live now over on our YouTube channel again. We continue to encourage you to go on over there, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so that every time we go live, you know what, you'll get that notification, so you will be on to our live shows like these. All right, so please do share up the live as well if you're over there already, and thank you very much. This morning we've got the pleasure, the privilege. It is October, Pinktober, call it Pinktober if you wish, but it is October. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and normally what we do with the show is that we create that haven where persons can speak, survivors, persons who's been affected by cancer one way or the other, can vent, for want of a better word, but more importantly, can share hope and give inspiration, because this is what it is about. Because persons who have done it, who have, who are continuing to show that it's possible, it certainly is possible to survive this. It is possible, and the fact that they are here, it's living evident that this is possible. So we've got, and that's not all. These are people who are contributors to societies, doing their own thing, have their full-blown business in some cases, really and truly doing a lot, and they have been affected, but here they are, so if this is not inspiration, I don't know what is. So this morning we have the pleasure, the honor, and the privilege of hosting Therese Monplaisir, who is a survivor, a strong woman. But that's not all. We're going to delve into all of what comprise of the complexity of this amazing woman this morning. So stick around for the conversation. We would like to say thank you. Second time, our first sponsor, or our new sponsor, is the First National Bank. This is our second show with them on board as a sponsor. So we'd like to say thank you so very much, First National. We appreciate this. And of course, our Courts family, we want to say thank you. So let's take a word from our partners, and then when we come back, we start the conversation. Thank you guys again so much.
We've got 101 reasons for you to shop at Courts now. Get up to 35% off selected items store-wide. Save on select fridges, stoves, washers, smart TVs, and more. Get what you want today with no cash and make your first payment in 30 days. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield extended warranty. So there are 101 reasons to shop at Courts. Courts, bringing value home. Promotion runs from September 25th to October 23rd, 2023. Conditions apply.
And we are back, and we are here again. A big thank you to our sponsor, our new sponsor, the First National Bank. And they've got a lot going on right now. You need to go and check it out. They recently launched their 3 new campaigns, and these are, if you wanted to find out whether there was an institution who cared about development of its people, then you should check out these 3 promotions. They are just awesome in honor of the 85th anniversary. So you should check it out. Check out the First National Bank. Right. We are getting right down to our conversation right now. Like I mentioned, our guest today is Therese Monplaisir. Therese, how are you? You look so gorgeous in your little pink dress. Well, we're in pink this morning because, of course, we have to represent. But the little dress, you're going to have to tell me, give me the hookup for this little dress. It's just cute,
Thank you. Good morning, listeners.
Welcome. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for answering our call to share your story of inspiration, because I know this must not have been an easy journey, but here you are, and you have decided, you know what? I've been there, And if I could help to inspire somebody, why not?
Absolutely.
And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Now, no, we had to fire it down a little bit because we want to know a little bit more about about you. You want to know about you as a child. Give us a little briefing as to you as a child. What was household like? What sort of upbringing? What are some of the things that you think was instilled in you as a child that remained with you today? That adds to the human that you are.
Okay. I grew up with 5 siblings. We were 3 boys and 3 girls. I was number 5.
Oh.
However, number 4 thought, because he was smaller than me, number 4, who was Stephen, always thought he was younger than me, but he was actually exactly 1 year older than me.
Aye.
Our birthdays are in October. His is the 28th, I'm the 29th.
Oh.
And I missed being born on his birthday by 2 hours.
Wow.
I told my mom she could have faked it.
I know.
The
I
same
know,
birthday.
right? Absolutely.
Anyway, we always had the same birthday parties.
Oh, nice.
So whatever theme cake we had, I had the girl version, he had the boy.
Oh.
So we always had joint parties. But I had a wonderful childhood.
Right.
My dad passed away exactly 11 years ago, on November 30th.
Right.
So we're coming up
Yes.
to the anniversary.
Right. Oh, I know. It's going to be one of those emotional mornings, but I'm here. We're here with you. Got my hands. I'm going to cry with you this morning if it reached to that.
Yes.
I promised you that. So
So my
I know
mom-
it's an emotional thing. So that's why I'm
is.
so appreciative of you sharing with us.
My mom is from St. Kitts. Unfortunately, I have never been.
You have not?
No.
Oh,
And my eldest brother and sister, Gregory and Sandy, were born in St. Kitts.
okay.
All the 4 others were born here.
You never thought of it? Like, you
Yes.
never crossed your mind and wanted to go?
I do want to go.
Well, we going next year. I don't know.
Okay, we go in. We go in for the
St. Kitts Music Festival.
Correct. We go in.
We gonna be there.
Yeah. I'll be your
Right.
assistant.
All right, let's go. Absolutely. Wow. Okay. What are some of the disciplinary measures? What are some of the morals that was part of your household that you believe molded you into the person you are? What were some of the things you remembered?
My mom was very easygoing.
Right. Was
So
it because
she-
you as kids were easygoing?
I think we were, and we
Yeah.
played with each other.
Right.
And they all this technology wasn't in place, so we
Right.
played a lot.
Right.
We rode bicycles. We had
Aw.
a lovely childhood. My dad would take us to the beach on a Sunday with my uncle, who also is deceased. We used to go to the VG beach and with all the cousins.
Aw.
And then my mom sometimes would come, and other days she would stay home to cook. So when we got back from the beach, there was a nice Sunday lunch.
Sounds so nice.
Yeah, so we had a good childhood.
Right.
We
right.
traveled because we were so many kids. We were 6. So when we got a little older, we traveled every other year,
Right.
usually to Canada, which is where all my mom's siblings lived. Yeah, but I think my dad was the one who instilled discipline in us.
Right.
He was a no-nonsense kind of a guy,
Very well.
but discipline with love.
Yes.
You know,
Balance. It was
balance.
balance.
There was always balance.
Lovely. I appreciate this. Okay, so fast forward because we normally we do this show differently. We spend some time here, we take a break, and then we come back and we go into career path and thing. But because we have other things to speak about this morning, because we are in the month of October, we want to talk about your career path first, and then we're going to break and come back and talk about your being diagnosed and how it is that you manage with this.
Okay.
So we want to talk about your company. We want to talk about Shake
Decor.
Decor is listen, I've had the privilege of seeing some of your work, and boy, you have a knack there. You definitely was born for doing this. Tell me about the passion and how it started.
I was always one to be fixing my mom's house.
Okay.
I always had an opinion on the drapes and cushions and colors.
Right.
So I think it was a gift.
Yeah.
And I would always help my friends and fix up their homes and do little things. But I never thought of it as a career and making money.
Right.
And I think it was in 2019 I decided, look, I have this talent. I may as
Yeah,
well.
they're fixing everybody home, making it look nice and pretty.
Yes, so I may as well do, and people would always compliment my home,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
So I thought, you know what, maybe I can make a little money.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
So in 2019, I started, and That was the year I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Right.
So,
Was it you started before you knew?
Yes, I started before I knew. So I
Right.
was well on my way that year, early 2019.
By that time, the kids grew up, but you have children, right?
I have
You
one daughter, yes.
who is of course Tiana. We know
Tiana,
her very well.
yes.
Beautiful, awesome young lady.
She is
such a
my-
blessing. So by the time she get big already, Tiana just started to live now. So you
That's
will have
right.
no little children
No
to
little
put a little
ones.
stress on. So you have
Right.
to find something.
Correct.
Right. So this is what birthed this.
Yes.
Right.
Prior to that, I worked with Barclays for 11 years. I'm actually a pensioner. you know.
Okay.
I'm a young pensioner.
Why not? You put in the work,
yeah.
you get the rewards.
Right. So when Tiana was little and she was at preschool, one of her teachers asked her the occupation of her parents.
Okay.
Right. So she says her dad is a lawyer and her mom is a calculator.
Ouch. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. well,
Because in her little mind,
Poor
she didn't know
job.
accountant. And when
No.
I was working at the time with Monplaisir Supplies as an
Okay.
accountant, and she used to be fascinated when she came to my office. I would pick her up from school. She would come to my office, and I would always do the end of
Calculator.
the sales. And I didn't need to look at the keyboard. I was just,
Right.
punching away. So in her little mind at the time, I mean, she was only, 4?
Yeah.
And so her mommy was a 3 or 4. So
Yes.
she said her mommy was a calculator.
Right.
So my friends still laugh about it today when we go out and the bill
Yes.
comes to me.
Yeah.
So I check it out and make sure that it's correct because
Exactly.
I am the calculator.
You're the calculator.
Right.
I like this. Right. So you started this. You started this
In 2019.
Right.
And in August of 2019, I was away in Sweden visiting my friend Kathy Walker, and I felt
The lump.
the lump.
We're gonna come to that. What I
Okay.
wanted to know is that when you started the chic,
Mm-hmm.
was it difficult to get it off the ground or get people to buy into it? There's one thing when you're doing something and you're just doing it for fun.
No, because up to now I haven't launched my website, or
Right.
even
And you
an
still
Instagram
you're
page,
getting
and I'm getting
tons of work.
You know, every day I get a call, I get a new client, an inquiry, something, and word of mouth I think is the best
Beautiful. Yeah.
advertisement.
Exactly. And you walk into someone's home and they see, and
Yeah.
this is nice. Oh, Therese, Chic did this,
Yes,
and
yeah.
all of a sudden,
Exactly.
okay, I need Chic to get my home to look like
Exactly,
this.
exactly.
This is nice. Right. So you were maybe about into a year or so into your.
Not even that.
Not even. It have not even gotten to that.
8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
Right.
Because it was August. I had gone to England for my stepdaughter's wedding, and after England, we went across to Sweden.
Right.
So it was August. Came back to St. Lucia on August the 28th, by which time I had already called Dr. Bobran, Bubbles,
Right.
who's a good friend of mine, and Tanya
you
Bobran.
just felt this.
I just felt it. I thought it
Right.
was a
You
tag.
didn't know what it
I didn't know
was.
what it was. I thought it was a
Right.
tag. But I thought, well, these pajamas are not new.
Right.
So why would the tag still be in there and it had been washed a million times?
Right.
Anyway, it was a lump.
Right.
I didn't want to upset my daughter. We were on a little vacation. We were coming home soon. So I think when we got back to England, we had 2 days left in England before we flew back to St. Lucia. I think at that point I told her, because I was already in communication with Tanya Bubbles Bobran. And so she had everything lined up for me when I got back to St. Lucia. So I got back to St. Lucia on the 28th. I believe that was a Sunday. So Monday the 29th, we hit the road running, doing blood work, doing an ultrasound, doing a mammogram, and definitely there was a tumor. We had no idea what stage, if it was even cancerous.
Right.
So I had to do a biopsy.
Okay.
That was the dreaded wait of, is this cancerous or not?
Yeah.
Um,
How long does it normally take?
I think it took maybe 2 weeks.
And there you
And
are.
they were- yeah.
Oh,
Can't sleep
obviously
because this
not.
thing it's on your mind, and because you
Yeah.
don't know what to expect. You're hoping for the best and you're praying and you have faith.
But there's a lump.
But there's a lump.
Exactly.
Right? Anyway, came back that it was a cancerous tumor. So we now have to deal with it. So what do we do?
What did you do at that point?
Well, I shut off and I shut down. Nothing made sense anymore. Absolutely nothing. But my family rallied around me. Tiana rallied around me. She was going back to England. She was at law school at the time. So I knew she wasn't going to be around. But I have a little core of good friends. And who came to sleep over, who came and brought meals.
Yes.
And
They
were just
were
there. They were just there. And then I have one of these core girls. We call ourselves family.
Nice.
So it's like friends who became family. And Roberta, who had been through a similar journey with breast cancer as well a few years before.
That must have been comforting.
She literally held my hand. She came to every visit with me because nothing made sense. I was hearing.
You were floating, basically.
Yes,
floating.
literally.
Yeah.
And it all went into one ear and was coming out the next. So after every doctor's visit, Roberta would break it down for me.
Okay.
She would make me understand exactly what the oncologist was saying, what I needed to expect, what I needed to do. Anyway, so we were now waiting for my results to know what stage cancer I was at.
That would make that was also another very big deciding factor again.
Exactly.
So wow.
But for whatever reason, I guess it was a matter of precaution. The oncologist decided that we should start chemotherapy.
Oh, okay.
Again, I didn't understand what was going on. And if I knew what I knew now, I would not have agreed to start chemotherapy unless I knew exactly what we were dealing with. But as I said, perhaps he just wanted to be cautious.
Right.
Anyway, so a port was to be inserted in me to be able to administer the chemotherapy.
Right.
Well, Mareen, there was a divine intervention. I went to the surgeon to insert this port, and there are 2 stents that have to come through my neck to go down to my chest where the port would have been. 3 hours later, this port ain't going in. I'm feeling everything. They're numbing the area. I'm in tears. Bubbles is there holding my hand as another doctor in the room. This port wasn't meant to be in
your system.
After 2.5 to 3 hours, the surgeon said, we have to abort. This has never happened before to him, never. And that was the end of my little journey with the port.
Right.
My friends were outside waiting. They wheeled me out. I think I probably was as pale as I don't know what. We went down into Bubbles' office. She administered an IV of vitamins to me.
Yes.
And my friend, I have a very good friend in Florida, Sharon Pancham. Her sister works for the airline. Between her 3 sisters, well, her and her 2 sisters was 3 Pancham girls. They decided I needed to get out. My brother Gregory and his wife lived in Naples, Florida. So they arranged the ticket. This was, I think, a Thursday. I was on that plane on Sunday, heading to Florida to have treatment. And then I had to start from scratch.
Right.
Because
Florida
has to do their own
thing.
thing. Anyway, so we started, I think might have been the 4th of November that I arrived in Florida. And turns out that I did not need chemo. When I got there, I have another friend who's a doctor there, so she was able to put all the ducks in a row, so to speak.
Oh my.
So she recommended different doctors. So I first had to see a surgeon about the tumor, an oncologist as well. I had to do a CT scan and everything to know that, for them to see what they were dealing with.
Yes.
I was very fortunate that the tumor was very small.
Okay.
So within a month of me arriving, we got that tumor out.
Right.
And I needed radiation.
Okay.
So there was no chemo in my case.
Right.
I was very, very grateful to
Wow,
that.
Yes.
My daughter was able to do some of her classes online because there was no COVID then. COVID was
Yes.
just you were just hearing about COVID.
Right.
However, she was able to speak to her lecturers in England, and she came across, so she was there in time for my surgery.
Okay.
My brother and his family and my sister-in-law's mom, who lived with them, who still lives with them, they took extremely good care of me.
By that time, what was the mindset? Have you gotten out of that state of shock and state of
Yeah.
you were
I
in
was.
reality now? You were
Reality
dealing with
hit.
it.
Tiana, my daughter, at the beginning, she says, Mommy, we're going to get through this. There'll be no pity party.
Right.
And so
That's your daughter right there.
Yes.
Yeah. And did she, when she made that statement, did she remind you who you were?
Yes, yes.
Of course.
Yes, yes. And she says, Mommy, we're going to do this. We're going to do this together.
Right.
And we will get through. You will be okay. You will come out on the good end.
But that's one thing, Therese. It's one thing. Listen, you are the person that's sitting there that has this thing dealing with, right? So, I mean, everybody will have all of the encouraging words,
Yeah.
but you're the actual person that's sitting there that know. Listen, you can say this, it's fine. Listen, you can say this because you're speaking from the outside.
Mhm.
I am the one who's got this
Feel
thing
it.
there that don't know what's going on here, or what my faith is going to be with this, because there's no way to tell.
It's
So
true.
there must be the emotional strain must have been a lot.
It was, and then the sleeping was, and nothing worked. All the natural sleep aids, nothing worked. Absolutely nothing.
You could not sleep.
Could not sleep. I would fall. I would be tired. I would sleep for 2 hours, and then I'm wide awake.
Oh.
I would go for walks in the afternoon, like when it got cooler, because Florida can be quite hot.
Yes.
So I would go for walks because exercise is important. Your diet is important. So my sister-in-law Margaret got all the alkaline water and everything that I needed.
Did it
was
feel
there.
to you like an overload? Because you were here living one life, and then boom, all of a sudden now your whole life is
I've
turned
changed.
into changing. I have to be routined about this, routine
Yes.
about that. Was it difficult?
It was difficult. It was.
Have you now grown accustomed to?
Oh, yes.
It's
Oh, yes.
part of it now.
Um,
So you now, what would you say to persons because you have a lot of people that needs to go through that, and that they probably be at that stage right now.
So early detection is key.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do your checks. Women need to do
Mammograms and
mammograms
self-thing and-
every year, once a year. Make a note of it. Decide whatever month, if it's going to be October month that you're going to do, because I'm due mine now
Right.
in October. I
Okay.
chose October.
Right.
So I will do my mammogram this month.
Right.
So you need to do your mammogram checks. You need to do your physical checks. All women need to learn how to examine themselves.
Right.
And once a month, and examine your breast. It's yours. Be comfortable with, your examination, because you may pick up on something. So that is important. Diet is important. Cancer breeds on sugar.
Aye.
sugar, and now I have a sweet tooth, right?
You see her, listen,
So-
that's my problem too, you know?
But Tiana is so good. She says, Mommy, just don't buy it. Don't bring it in the house.
Right.
You know, so she'd go to lunches and dinners, and there'd be leftovers and, you know, cake and whatnot, and she'd be offered. She ain't taken,
Right.
nothing is coming home, because for fear that this sweet tooth mommy
Yeah.
will get a
Oh,
piece.
gosh.
And I was a baker. When I worked at the bank, I baked all the children's birthday cakes and iced it for all my colleagues at the bank.
Wow.
Because I loved it. I had all the character pans. So, and my mom was a good, or is, I mean, she doesn't do too much in the kitchen now, but my mom always did lovely desserts.
Right.
She would do desserts out of
So having to cut
golden
this
apple.
out must have been
Yeah.
difficult.
Well, I'll be honest, I still cheat a little bit.
Right.
But I try to maybe limit to, I love chocolate. But you see, chocolate isn't too bad, especially
Right.
dark
The dark
chocolate.
chocolate, yeah.
So it's not too bad.
Right.
So I still have a little chocolate here
You
and there.
compromise it.
Correct.
So, but what is living like now? You're now in remission. You're
I'm
still
in remission.
so
Correct.
which
I'm
means-
on meds for another 2 years maybe, because this is year 4.
But you look amazing.
Well, I've lost a little weight of late. You know, Tiana, although she's a lawyer, she has a little side hustle. So
She's
so-
in the yes.
so
she's
yeah, so
the
during
fitness
COVID,
thing. That's
she-
why I connected
Yes.
with her.
So she did a personal training course with a
Right.
company in England. So she's
Nice.
a qualified, certified personal trainer. So
right.
last year she was training me. So, but I was always one to exercise. I'll be honest, and I would go for walks, but little Miss got too busy, so she sort of
Right.
took on clients that were paying her. And I wasn't too disappointed because
She get her money, that's fine.
Exactly, and waking
But-
up at 5:30 to
Right.
get myself ready for us to start at 6. And she's like a little, I call her my boss.
She's
my
on.
little
She's-
boss.
yeah, she's on.
You know, so 6 to 7 we would exercise. Anyway, I kind of fell off of that exercise wagon last year,
Right.
and so after Christmas, early this year, she says to me, Mama, I'm going to get you a membership. And that was the best thing she did.
Right.
So she got me a membership at one of the hotels in the north, very close to where we live.
Right.
And my friend Mareen is my little gym buddy. So we liaise.
She keeps you on.
She keeps me on. I keep her on. We liaise
Right.
on a morning. We decide, because we don't go at the same time, but
Right.
we try to do it in the morning before our days get busy.
Right.
So that was the best thing that Tiana did. And I thought to myself, this kid works hard. I'm not going to let her money go down the drain.
Yes.
So,
okay.
So
right.
we go, Mareen and I go Monday to Friday
Mm-hmm.
to the gym. If we miss a day during the week, we make it up on a weekend.
Right.
So exercise is very, very important, especially.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
You look great.
Thank you.
So I didn't
I
want to be presumptuous.
No.
If you look
I-
anything, if you feel anything like you look, you
Thank
you feel great.
I feel good. I really
Right.
do feel good.
The last time we spoke, you said to me, we have about a couple of minutes. The last time you spoke to me, you said something about I'm beginning to get back out.
Yes, because during, other people might relate.
Mm-hmm.
When you go through cancer, you kind of get into a little shell, and you kind of think, why me? Why did this happen to me? And I found myself in a dark place. I tried not to show, and for Tiana, I tried always to be strong and tried to,
Yeah.
still do what I had to do with, cooking and keeping, a good home. But deep down, I went through a bit of a depression. And my friends, my little core friends and my family never gave up on me. I would always get a call, let's go to the beach, or, come over for lunch or come over for dinner, and I would go.
But you were not present mentally.
Correct. And I love the beach. I still love the beach. So I would always go to the beach on a weekend. So that I still did. But I wasn't working. I was just at home vegging. And I would make sure that by the time Titi got home from work, that I would have showered and taken off those pajamas. So most days, these pajamas got off at like 5 o'clock.
Right.
It was an effort to go to the supermarket because I didn't want to see people. I didn't want to bump into anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody because of my mindset and the way I was feeling. But I'm good now.
What changed? What prompted that hey, you have to listen, you have to, this is not you. You have to get back in there. You have to open up again.
I think what it was, we went to England for a family wedding in end of May, and Mother's Day was in May, and Tiana gave me a card, and in the card was a little note saying that, Mama, for your gift, I'm going to take you to Milan. We're going to go for 5 days. I'm going to have a whole itinerary done. We're going to do a cooking class. We're going to do wine tasting. We're going to do tours, you know.
She basically held your hand and brought you back.
Correct. So we went. When we went, I saw a different side of life. Life was good, and I realized how much I was loved.
Yes.
And
it's okay. It's okay. And you needed that, because had that moment not happened, there you would have been just in your sulking state, and there's so much love around you, and you just could not see it because you were so consumed with that emotion.
Exactly. So we had 5 days. I never walked so much in my life. We walked. Oh, thank you. And I think the day we didn't plan on doing Venice. The day we did Venice, we walked for we did over 17,000 steps that day. So the good thing is we were eating pasta, we were having desserts, we were having good wine, and we never put on a pound. Right. So that was good.
But that you say that. So you see, after that whole traverse of going through that treatment where you were cut off from this, you were cut off from that, I guess that little moment sort of brought you back. You just lived. You didn't have any restriction on you. Yeah.
And life was good. I realized life is good, and life is short. So you need to embrace. You need to embrace every day, and you need to live every day like it may be your last, because tomorrow is not promised.
Absolutely
not for any of us. Tomorrow is not promised. When we went to Milan, I went and I bought a few candles, and I went down on my knees and I prayed for my family, for unity, because every family, no matter what people say, families are not perfect.
Yes.
And we have a little conflict here and there.
Exactly.
You know, even with in-laws, sometimes people don't talk to you, you know, for a couple of years.
Right.
But you pray about it, and you have faith that things will be okay, you know, and family will be okay, and good health is the most important thing in this life.
Yes.
Money, what's money?
Exactly.
You kind of need the money if the health ain't good.
It didn't have any respect as to how much you had.
No.
It doesn't when it comes to cancer and stuff.
Exactly.
Like that. It doesn't matter. So.
Exactly. But you have, you know, family, you have friends that rally around you, and with faith, you know, you have faith in God, and you pray, and things have a way of working out.
Right. It always it gets better.
It does get better. It does. So I sort of had a new lease on life. We laugh about it with my friends that I thought I was retired.
Right.
You know, but I'm not retired, and I look forward to waking up. I'm an early bird, so I wake up early and I start my little paperwork, and I do what I have to do, because for now I'm running a one-man show.
And you're back.
And I'm back. I have Tiana who helps me. She does my invoices, and she, you know, she's my little backup.
Right.
But I mean, she has a full-time job, so we kind of have. I have to just, you know.
I understand.
You know, she does it for me when she can, kind of thing.
You know, and sometimes
You know?
it can be a little like I get up when I get. Oh my God, I can't do this. Where's my daughter? I miss my daughter so much, because she always fits into that realm. And when she's not there, you feel the absence.
But she needs to teach me.
Right.
I will admit that I am not
me either.
Computer savvy, but I'll learn. You know, I'll learn.
I know. But they're good with us, so thank God for that.
Do you have any children?
Yeah, my daughter does that. My daughter is like that with me. I have 3 children.
Okay.
My daughter does that with me, and she's the one that when she's here, she's often newy now, but when she's here, she does that. She takes care of when I have things. Oh, Diamond, I need to put this in, make this invoice, do this, do that. And then when she's not here, I feel like I'm lost.
You're lost, exactly.
So I understand.
And sometimes we get
perfectly.
upset because they think that they're our bosses, right?
Yeah, but
it's
fine.
okay.
It's a nice chemistry.
Yes.
Therese, we've got to wrap up. This is an awesome, lovely little story, and I'm sure you would have blessed a lot of people. But just in wrapping, from your own very experience to the point of being diagnosed, on this and feeling that you're shut down, a totally floating moment where here you are now, going through that transition of that, that depression part of it. There's so many different transition, but you're able to rally through them all, and thank goodness you're back on the other side of life, living life, appreciating life once again. So you are very well placed to be able to give some advice to persons who may be going through that, or may in the future have to go through those challenges to get back to themselves again. So what would you say?
I would say early detection is key. And always be positive. Know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Always have faith. Have faith in a greater power.
Yeah.
Because everybody may not be Catholic. Everybody could be different, but have faith and know that there will be light. Exercise is important. Cut down on the sugar. Cancer feeds on sugar. Cut the sugar. Maybe don't. And they are alternatives. Have a little honey. I love coffee. I have my morning coffee, never with sugar.
Right.
So I cut that out years ago. And enjoy life. Tomorrow isn't promised. Be grateful. I'm so grateful. I wake up every morning with gratitude.
Yes. And what about the circle? The people who are going to be around you? What should they know? You had a lovely circle
I
around
did,
you,
and
so
I still do.
for people who may be
I
around
still do.
persons who need that sort of support, what do you need at that time? Speak to them.
You need love. You need to love them. It's not. It takes 2 hands to clap.
Right.
Be nice to others. Treat other people how you would like to be treated.
Exactly.
My tongue these days is so sharp. I went to church on Sunday and I asked God to have a little intervention.
Yes.
To help
Work on
me.
yourself.
Yes.
And you can't leave yourself out of the mix when you hear you pull it. Yes. You have to be brutally
because-
honest with yourself first.
Yes, because some days my mouth takes off ahead of my brain. I can be a little too vocal.
Right.
Tiana says to me, "Mommy, you talk too much."
Right.
But I say, TT.
What you did,
I say, but what about the days when I didn't used to talk?
Right.
I used to come home and I was just glued to the TV. At least I'm talking now, so
Yeah. But you
It's
still
okay.
needed some intervention there.
Yes, I need a little intervention there. I need,
Yes.
and if you're wrong, admit
Own
it,
it.
own it, apologize. There's nothing wrong with an apology, absolutely nothing. And then enjoy life. Enjoy life.
Be humble, be peaceful.
Be humble, absolutely.
Wonderful. Therese, thank you so much.
Maureen, you were wonderful.
I appreciate you. I mean, I would listen to the story and I would listen again and again. And you know what? It does resonate. It does feel calming. It does feel, because you give us that sense of where, what probably would happen if I have a lump, darling, I shut it down too. But, and that is the first reaction, and that's the real reaction.
And you
can't
lost your
put
sister.
Exactly. You can't put
I was
you can't put a
lucky.
covering over that.
I was fortunate. I'm
Exactly.
here.
You're here.
I am here, and I'm going to make the best
Out of it.
out of it. I'm going to make the
Right.
best. I have my birthday coming up. I've
Tell me
never
what the
been.
party is on.
I've never been so excited about my birthday.
Tell me what the party's on.
For
We're
the
rolling.
last few years, Christmas, I didn't even want to put up a Christmas tree.
Right.
My friends would insist, and Tiana would insist. I said, well, okay, Titi, I'll kind of watch you do it, you do it. And I always loved Christmas, but I just had no interest.
Right.
I had no interest.
And it is okay to have these
I can't wait.
go through this
Yes,
transition.
it's okay.
Right.
I can't wait to put up my Christmas tree.
But don't stay there.
Don't
there.
stay there. It's not good. It's not a good place to be.
Right.
You know,
Fight for it.
Fight it.
Come
Fight
over
it.
on the other side.
Correct.
You need it over here.
Correct.
I love it. Thank you so much again. I appreciate you. And we want to leave a word of our sponsors. Thank you again. Until next Tuesday, we're certainly going to be back here again, and we'll do it all over again. Another
Thanks,
She Speaks.
Maureen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See, we didn't cry that much. Thanks, Liza, for the napkin.
Trend. Be seen wearing the best and latest styles in eyewear from Quartz Optical. World-class brands like Ralph Lauren, Michael Kors, Armani, Kate Spade, Vogue, and much more. New brands, new styles, starting at only $799 with special financing available. Plus, trade in and save up to 35% off all lenses. Yes, set the trend and save a massive 35% off all lenses when you trade in your old pair of glasses today. Book your free eye exam right now only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Conditions apply.
We've got 101 reasons for you to shop at Quartz now. Get up to 35% off selected items store-wide. Save on select fridges, stoves, washers, smart TVs, and more. Get what you want today with no cash and make your first payment in 30 days. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield extended warranty. So there are 101 reasons to shop at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home. Promotion runs from September 25th to October 23rd, 2023. Conditions apply. We've got 101 reasons for you to shop at Quartz now. Get up to 35% off selected items store-wide. Save on select fridges, stoves,